consumer expert at Insight with Passion. Kate Hardcastle joins us now. Kate, morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
It is astounding that M&S experienced this almost a month ago, and it's still affecting their business.
I think it just shows that we're really at this point now of an escalation in cybercrime that's targeted not just retail, but banking, travel, etc. The attacks are disruptive. We've seen challenges from M&S, not just in terms of that online pause, which you've mentioned. And if you look at last year's figures, that's probably amounting easily to millions per day in lost sales. But then once a consumer's shopped elsewhere for those goods, as is the propensity to buy still there? Probably not. They've gone to competitors. And as many consumers have reported on social media, there's been challenges to the infrastructure in M&S as well, because shelves were empty for some time. So this is just the realization that definitely some retailers, some organizations have quite antiquated systems that they have then built technology into, and that these are challenging times when we as consumers want and demand more and more from organizations. They're almost struggling to keep up with the demand of tech, where it can take us, but then how vulnerable these systems are when things go wrong.
I mean, it's hard to put a number on, but the number that this must hit M&S with must be huge.
Yeah, as I said, looking at last year's figures and the amount of clothing, homewares, beauty they were selling online, it looks like it could have been 3 million a day in there just, but you can't even talk to the fact that it was over 2 bank holidays. The weather was really good at those times. There were things that we would call sort of indicators that would certainly look like there was a bit of buoyancy. There was a payday in there as well that would encourage consumers to buy. Adding to that also that over the last 10 years, certainly we've been talking, M&S have been on this growth spurt because they've had rework to do in the brand. So when you're on a year-on-year growth, that could have been a far better year than last year's reporting anyway. I think also then there's beloved brand reputation and challenges with it. A lot of M&S customers feel confident shopping online because it is M&S, and that's given them a bit of reassurance maybe when they're not as digitally native as you and I. And that means, therefore, that there's going to be a whole question mark about that channel for certain customers and what they might see in terms of trust going forward.
Excellent point, Kate. Good to speak to you. Thank you for joining us. That's Kate Hardcastle, their consumer expert, reflecting on the